Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Chinuch Hashkafa message. It's Parshas Emor. And of course, in Parshas Emor, we always read the mitzvah of Sfiras Omer, and in fact, Parshas Emor is always read in the time of Sfiras Omer. So it's a good time to highlight some Divrei Torah and Chinuch discussions coming out of the mitzvah of Sfiras Omer. So of course, one of the lessons of Sfiras Omer is the value of time. It's the concept that every day needs to be counted. My Zayda Olav Sholem shared with me once a interesting thought. He said back in Poland, where he came from, there were two types of calendars in the olden days. There was called a Wandluach, a calendar on the wall, which had each day represented by a square, or there was a Tish calendar, a table calendar, where you had each day represented by a page, and at the end of the day, you'd rip out the page. And he said that the difference between the two calendars, it's just a nice idea to bring this out, is that the desk calendar, at the end of the day, you tore off the page, crumpled it up, and threw it in the garbage. However, the wall calendar, which was represented each day by a square, at the end of the day, you ticked that square, and the Tag is geblieben, the day remains. Now, of course, this is the concept of Sfiras Omer, and it's also the idea behind a famous pasuk in Parshas Chayesara, where we read that Avraham Zakein Bo Bayomim, that Avraham Avinu was old, coming with his days. And as the Mefarshim explain, what does it mean, coming with his days? That each day, Avraham Avinu was old, but he came with each day. Each day was counted for. Each day, something was accomplished. A connection was made. A mitzvah was done. And it remained. The day remained. Now, this is an important word because it expresses a few different important things that we can share with our children and discuss with them. First of all, the importance of using time well. Nicht sitzen ledig, not to sit empty. Emptiness is a bad thing. Now, it's important to emphasize that we're talking about children. It doesn't mean necessarily, very young children particularly, it doesn't mean necessarily that means that every day, every minute they have to be learning or doing something constructive. Children have to play, and that's fine. But playing is also part of growing up. Playing, talking to their friends, whatever the case is, but the idea that you're always doing something beneficial. Obviously, as they grow older, we move them away from just playing to do something more valuable. The idea of taking a sefer when you have a few minutes, doing a mitzvah, looking for something good to do, and so on and so forth. But it also highlights another very, very important point. This idea of each day has to be counted. Because often, people and children in school focus on goals. They focus on the outcome. So the child learned a certain amount of prokim of Chumash in school, or a certain amount of pages of Gemara, which they know they will have a test on. So if you have a bright child, he learns it quickly, he reviews it quickly, or she reviews it quickly, and then the rest of the time is okay to waste. And therefore, they can do quickly, they can just prepare for the test, done their homework, everything is done, and now they're free just to waste their life away. But of course, one of the lessons that we learn from this is that it's not about goals. It's about serving Hashem, learning Torah, and being Makayim mitzvahs each and every day, elevating. Just like with mitzvahs, we elevate things, we also elevate time. Each day, you are very clever, you finished, so then learn something else, do something else, accomplish something else. You're slower, and the week you were given to review the test isn't enough, that's also okay. Because it's not about finishing. It's about trying. It's about the yigiyah, the effort that the child puts into it. And that's such an important concept, that they should not be focused on finishing the job, or shouldn't be focused on getting the best mark. They should be focused on trying hard every day, of every day accomplishing something good. And of course, they need to see that with us as well. We setting a dugma chaya, not spending endless amount of time checking emails or WhatsApps on our phone, or just looking at things that we shouldn't be looking at, even if they're appropriate, but just some wasting time. We should be able to set a culture of there's a day that's available, there's time. If we need to rest, let's rest. But if we need to do something, let's try and accomplish. Maybe there's someone we can call, there's a mitzvah we can do. We need to set an example how each day is valuable. Not about outcomes, not about reaching goals, but about using each day to the best of our ability. Everyone using each day to the best of their ability. That's the lesson of Sfiras HaOmer. Have a good day and a good Shabbos.